Hey guys, so patch 6.4 is finally here, and as luck would have it, I ran into some performance issues where, whenever I used abilities, my game would actually stall. Such a great way to start an amazing patch, right? But luckily I was able to fix things up. It just really sucked that I spent nearly 2 days doing that, instead of actually playing the game. Anyways, as the title of this video suggested, let's take a look at normal mode raid encounters and end up by ranking the 3 tiers. And first up is Kakitos, and let's get this out of the way first. The arena here is stunning. I love the ice-like platform, and I thought the aether particles floating around added a lot to the atmosphere. The glowing trees in the background were icing on the cake. This is an amazing environment, and I look forward to spending hours and hours in it. Equally great was the encounter itself, which I loved for many reasons. One of the big ones is how the boss keeps changing through different roles and personalities. Kakitos devours souls to gain different abilities, and I thought that was a really cool concept, and kept the encounter dynamic, and allowed for some pretty interesting animation. It was also a lot of fun hearing all the different voice acting in this one. I thought that added so much to the immersion, and this carries on throughout the entire tier. Every encounter has some amazing voice work. And I just love using voice clips for auditory telegraphing. When you hear the boss rambling on about fire and ice, that gives you a really great indication of what to look out for. And I love that kind of stuff. Not something new by any stretch, just something I really like and wanted to give a shout out to. I will say that the developers trolled me pretty hard with the elemental attacks, because usually fire means don't move, so that was my natural instinct, but no, you are supposed to move for this one. Anyways, the first encounter was fantastic, so let's move on to the second one now, Pandaemonium. So Pandaemonium is the second fight, and they anthropomorphize the raid itself into a spider building with a pulsating sack on its back. And I think this is one of the coolest looking boss models that I've ever seen. And it came complete with a great atmospheric environment, some amazing visuals, and animations. And they really kept to the spider theme here. Many of his attacks involved a sticky white fluid that you really didn't want to get caught in. So yeah, I thought that this encounter was another really fun one, with a lot of great mechanics. One of my favorites was Pandemonic Ray, because the boss literally stretches his neck out and turns his creepy ass head in a direction while charging his eye lasers. And I just thought that this was such a cool and fun telegraph. Now, a mechanic that completely took me by surprise was called Touchdown. This is where he placed a red circle in the center of the arena that then expands the entire center arena. I just didn't notice the spiderweb bridge on the side the first time, so I didn't move out quite far enough. So overall, I thought this was another really solid encounter for the tier, and with that being said, let's move on to the third, Themis. So yet again, this is another amazing looking arena, with all the gold and opulence that you'd expect from the ancients, and that music, wow, what an amazing battle rendition of Near Dark Waters. And as for the encounter itself, I thought it was fantastic. I think it's my favorite normal mode of this tier. I thought all the mechanics were really fun, and I enjoyed the theme of light and dark, and how all the mechanics revolved around it. But what really sold it for me was that it's a pretty demanding normal mode, and like most encounters, the developers do a great job at easing you into it. The encounter starts off relatively slow, and keeps ramping up until the very chaotic ending. It was also really great hearing Elidibus' voice actor again. He has such an amazing voice, though it did sound weird coming out of Themis. Elidibus has this voice that sounds so wise and aged, and that kind of voice coming out of a younger guy, I don't know, it was kind of like when you hear a very deep baritone voice coming out of the tiniest person. So this is an encounter that I've run several times already, even after getting my piece of gear for the week, because I really like it. It's the perfect mix of music, environment, and mechanics. Anyways, now we're on to the final encounter, Athena. So, in this last encounter, Athena takes a page from Kefka and Sephiroth, and transforms into an ethereal angel/fairy. What is it with villains wanting to be gods? And in this case, it's kind of weird, because she's already an ancient, which makes her pretty much a god already. Anyways, this is yet again another fantastic looking environment. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but what can I say? The environmental artist did a great job. I love the ethereal feathers floating around, and those angels circling around like vultures to the slaughter was a nice touch. And I think it goes without saying that the music is another cat jam banger. But when is the music not amazing? Soken can do no wrong. The music he writes for these encounters elevates them to another level entirely. But for this encounter, I actually do have one complaint, and that is her attack Trinity of Souls, which can be kind of hard to see. And that's because the telegraph are these circles that appear in her wings. And I don't know if it's because of my color blindness, but I really struggle to make them out with all the other effects going off. It makes me a little bit fearful for what might happen on Savage. But other than that, all the other mechanics here were great. My favorite, by far, is when Athena removed segments of the floor. That's always such a fun way to limit the arena size, and I love it when arenas are transformed like that. I wish more encounters did this sort of thing. So yeah, this was a really great normal raid tier. All the environments are solid, the music, as always, is fantastic, and all the boss encounters are really fun to do. I am very much looking forward to seeing these all in their Savage form. So to end this video, let's rank all the normal tiers for Pandaemonium. In third place, I would put Tier 2, Abyssos. The main reason being that I thought that Hegemony and Aegistus, at least when compared to the other encounters from the overall raid, I feel like they fall a little bit short. I was never exactly excited about doing those encounters over. In second place, I would put Tier 1, Asphodelos. And the only real thing that holds this one back for me is the Phoenix fight, and only because the environment is such an assault on your eyes. This just goes to show how important the environments actually are. But outside of that, the encounters were all amazing. And by process of elimination, Tier 3 Anabaseios gets first place. Maybe it's a bit of recency bias, but I thought all the encounters this tier were very good, and they also all had great environments. Those two things combined put this one over the top for me. Anyways, that will be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye!